Structure of pollen grain or male gametophyte. Pollen grain is the male gametophyte. The study of pollen grain is known as palynology. So palynology is study of pollen grain. PUC board already asked question. Now the term palynology is coined by Hyde and William. The pollen grains are usually round in shape, generally round in shape, 20 to 50 micrometer in diameter, and yellow in color. We already know these are yellow in color because they have carotenoids. Now, these pollen grains are rich in reserve food material. Consist reserve food. If you look at the pollen grain, the wall of the pollen grain, this is the wall, you can see it labeled here, the wall of the pollen grain is called as sporoder. The wall of pollen grain is called as sporoder. Now, this is a NEET level question. With respect to sporoderm, we need to remember one more word. It is called as spermoderm. This spermoderm is actually the seed coat. I hope you remember in 11th standard we studied this. So seed coat is spermoderm and pollen wall is sporoderm. The sporoderm or the pollen wall is again made up of two layers. One is exine, another one is intine. Exine, as you can see, is the outer layer. And intine is the inner layer. The exine. Exine is made up of a chemical called sporopollenin. Made up of sporopollenin and proteins. So this exine is made up of sporopollenin and proteins. This sporopollenin is a fatty substance. It's a fatty substance, already asked NEET level question plus PUC board 1 mark question. And these proteins present in the exine, we already know the tapetum deposits some proteins on the exine, outer layer of the pollen grain. Now, these proteins, some proteins cause allergy and some are involved in recognition of compatible stigma, and some are involved in recognition of compatible stigma. Or right type, recognition of right type of stigma. Now, this enzyme is again divided into two layers. Enzyme is again divided into two layers. One is external enzyme or ex enzyme and internal enzyme or end enzyme. This ex enzyme again divided into three layers. The lower one is foot layer. The middle one is vacuola, or also called as columella, and the upper one is called as tectum. This is the structure of exine and intine. So we are talking about exine. Now, this layer is tectum. This one is columella. Now, this one here is foot layer. And all these together, they form ex enzyme. And here, this one is end enzyme. And the lowermost, this one is the intine. So there are no divisions in intine. Now, as you can see here, the tectum here, the upper layer of the enzyme, the tectum is sculptured. The tectum has design on it, different kinds of design on it. The tectum is sculptured, has different kinds of design on it, like spiny, reticulated, pitted, etc. Now, this tectum is sculptured, and the chemical responsible for this sculpturing the tectum is a sporopollenin. Sporopollenin is responsible for sculpturing the tectum. Remember, tectum is a part of exine, so I can say exine is sculptured. Meaning remains same. Here, sculptured, already asked NEET level question. Who is responsible? Sporopollen is responsible for sculpture. Now, why it is sculptured? Why there are different kinds of design on it? Remember, by looking at the design or sculpture, by looking at the sculpture or design, one can find out to which species or genus or family that pollen grain belongs. सो आप डिजाइन को देखकर ये बता सकते हैं कि ये पोलन ग्रेन कौन से स्पीशीज को बिलोंग करता है, कौन से जीनस को बिलोंग करता है, या कौन से फैमिली ऑफ द प्लांट को बिलोंग करता है. ये उसका एडवांटेज है. तो यहां याद रखिए, टेक्टम आप डायरेक्टली बोलना चाहते हैं तो एक्साइन बोल दीजिए, बिकॉज टेक्टम इज अ पार्ट ऑफ एक्साइन. एक्साइन और टेक्टम स्कल्पचर्ड है, उसके ऊपर डिजाइन्स हैं और अलग अलग डिजाइन्स हैं. और ये डिजाइन के लिए कौन सा केमिकल रिस्पॉन्सिबल है? स्पोरोपोलिन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. और इस डिजाइन का फायदा क्या है, एडवांटेज क्या है? भाई डिजाइन को देखकर आप ये बता सकते हो कि ये पोलन ग्रेन कौन से प्लांट का है, कौन से फैमिली का है, कौन से स्पीशीज का है, या कौन से जीनस का है. वन थिंग वी अंडरस्टूड, exine is made up of sporopollenin. So there is a sporopollenin deposition on the exine. But sporopollenin is not continuous. Sporopollenin is not continuous. Means there are some areas on the exine where sporopollenin is absent. There are certain areas on exine where sporopollenin is absent, and these areas are called as germ pits or germ pores. Germ pits or germ pores. Now, in dicot, in dicots, there are 3 germ pits present, and they are circular in shape. So dicots में कितने germ pits हैं? Dicots में 3 germ pits हैं. Therefore, this condition is called as tricolpate condition. Tricolpate condition, already asked NEET level question. But these germ pits in monocots, there is only one germ pit, and it is lens shaped. Lens shaped. As there is only one germ pit in monocot, this condition is called as monocolpate. This condition is called as monocolpate. Now, what is the function of these germ pits? Now, when this pollen grain becomes matured, this large cell, which is called as vegetative cell, it forms a pollen tube, and this pollen tube germinates or comes out of the exine, or pollen tube germinates. It germinates or comes out through this pits. So, through germ pits, pollen tube germinates. Now, who is forming the pollen tube here? That you need to remember. Vegetative cell forms a pollen tube. That is why it is also called as tube cell. It is also called as a tube cell because it forms pollen tube during germination when this pollen grain becomes matured. Now, that pollen tube formed by vegetative cell, it germinates, comes out of the exine through these germ pits. And how many germ pits in dicot? 3 germ pits. And this condition is called as tricolpate. In monocot, there is only 1 germ pit, that is lens shaped. And this condition is called as monocolpate. Again, NEET level question. This again you should remember. This is NEET level question as well as 1 mark question. Now, the next layer is known as intine. Intine. We know it is the inner layer, inner cell wall layer, and it is made up of pectocellulose. Remember, pectocellulose. Already asked a NEET level question as well as 1 mark question PUC board. But the exine is made up of which chemical? Sporopollen. This intine, which is made up of pectocellulose, it's a continuous layer. So I'll write like this: pectocellulose deposition is continuous on intine. So there are no gaps. Now this intine, the main function of the intine forms covering of pollen tube. Remember, many of the students will get confused here. Intine is not forming the pollen tube. Pollen tube is formed by vegetative cell, but covering over the pollen tube is formed by intine. Now, inside the pollen grain, you can see there are 2 cells. Inside the pollen grain, two cells are present. Now, out of 2 cells, there is one which is larger cell, which is called as vegetative cell, larger cell, vegetative cell. So, one large vegetative cell and one small generative cell. As you can see here, this is the larger cell and this one is the smaller cell. Larger cell is called as vegetative cell. This vegetative cell is also called as a tube cell. Is also known as tube cell because this vegetative cell forms pollen tube, because it forms pollen tube. Now, this generative cell later forms two male gametes. Later forms two male gametes. Now, viability of the pollen grain. It's a PUC board 2-mark standard question. Now, what is viability of the pollen grain? Let's understand viability. It is the time period. It is the time period for which the pollen grain remains active. Or retain the ability to germinate. So it is the time period for which the pollen grain remains active or the pollen grain retains the ability to germinate. Now, this viability can be controlled by both internal and external factors. So viability is controlled by both internal and external factors. So here when I say internal factors, it means genetic factors. And external factors which controls the viability is temperature and humidity mainly. Temperature and humidity. Now, the viability period is different in different plants. So let's see some examples. In case of rice and wheat, the viability is for 30 minutes. तो राइस और व्हीट में जो पोलन ग्रेन्स है वो सिर्फ 30 मिनट के लिए एक्टिव रहते हैं, फिर मर जाएंगे, खत्म हो जाएंगे. बट इन केस ऑफ रोजेसी फैमिली, सोलानेसी, फैबेसी, इन तीनों में फॉर एग्जाम्पल the viability lasts for several months. कई महीनों तक ये पोलन ग्रेन जर्मिनेट होने की ताकत रखते हैं, लेकिन वही राइस और व्हीट में सिर्फ 30 मिनट के बाद में उनकी जो जर्मिनेट होने की एबिलिटी है वो खत्म हो जाएगी. सो दिस इज वायबिलिटी ऑफ पोलन ग्रेन. Now, preservation of pollen grain. We already know we can preserve the pollen grain as fossils. Pollen grains can be preserved as fossils, but we also know you can preserve the pollen grain as fossils due to presence of sporopollenin. Am I right? We already studied this. Now, how you can preserve this pollen grain? The pollen grain can be preserved as fossil in as fossils under minus 196 degrees Celsius in liquid nitrogen. सो आप पोलन ग्रेन को प्रिजर्व कर सकते हैं इसमें लिक्विड नाइट्रोजन में. टेम्परेचर क्या होना चाहिए? minus 196 डिग्री सेल्सियस में प्रिजर्व कर सकते हैं. एंड दिस टेक्निक preserving the pollen grain as fossils in liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degrees Celsius. This technique is called as cryopreservation. Again, this question is a CET level, NEET level, as well as PUC board 1 mark question. You can preserve the pollen grain as fossil due to presence of sporopollenin. How you can preserve? In liquid nitrogen at minus 196 degree Celsius. The technique is called as cryopreservation. So what is cryopreservation? They may ask you this question also for 1 mark.